We've experienced challenges in Australia, as we have in a lot of countries around the world, which are very similar, some more advanced in their challenges than others. A list of challenges that we face typically when we go into a market, and talking specifically about Australia, first and foremost would be the feedstock challenge. Looking at the availability and quality of either a biomass or a waste feedstock can be inconsistent, and this obviously affects the efficiency and reliability of hydrogen production for us. In most cases, if we're to embark on a project, we would expect and hope that we'd be able to maintain at least a 20-year secure, sustainable supply of a consistent type of feedstock or waste material. Secondly is the technology. Deploying efficient, cost-effective technology can be complex and capital intensive. We design our plants specifically based on the actual raw material. So if we're using a wood waste versus livestock manure versus a municipal waste, it's a very different design. It's quite a different and complex technology. Thirdly, it's the regulatory framework. Complex regulations and compliance, particularly in advanced markets like Australia, can pose hurdles for project developers such as ourselves. As a plan forward to try and alleviate this, we collaborate with regulatory agencies and policymakers to try and help and support regulations and take advantage of different incentives that might be available for renewable hydrogen projects. Fourth is project finance and capital. I think this is what most project developers and companies that are looking to deploy projects at any level and any scale are finding difficulty. The challenge is securing adequate capital and financing, not just for large scale projects, but even in the interim and the early stage design for the project itself. And as a result of that, we explore all different types of public-private partnerships, other financing mechanisms, and other solutions to attract investors, as well as leveraging government funding and incentives. Infrastructure and transportation is for project developers and producers such as ourselves is also a bottleneck. It's a chicken and egg scenario, as quite often stated in the industry. If we produce, then who can distribute it and who can transport it and who can store it? If somebody can contribute and store it after we produce it, then who's going to use it? And so it's which comes first is the problem that we face. So we try and actually work with different stakeholders, with industry, and consider co-location with existing facilities as well. Energy efficiency and emission reduction is also a challenge. So we have to maximize energy efficiency and minimize greenhouse gases, and this is critical for sustainable hydrogen production. And of course, market demand and competition. The Australian hydrogen market is still emerging and competition is fairly intense.